I'm starting the today's class. Okay, so we have studied so far the resistance and Ohm's law and combination of resistance in series and parallel, and we have gone through the questions of the series and parallel, and we'll also discuss some more questions which came in your examination previous year. So today I am going to discuss about the heating effect of electric current. So what is basically the heating of electric current? We'll discuss these, and we'll also see numerical basis on this, and we'll also see the Joule's heating effect and its application. Okay, so coming to the heating effect of electric current. Heating, sorry. Heating effect of heating effect of electric current. So we are going to discuss the heating effect of electric current. So why basically heats are produced in case of the electric circuit? So let's understand. Let's say this is a wire, and if this is wire, then there will be the electrons here. And once you are saying that you have applied the battery, it is connected with positive potential. Okay, and another is connected with negative potential like this. So current will move like this, that will be from higher to lower potential, and these electrons are going to move in this direction like this. Okay, so when these electrons will try to move in this direction, there will be the collision of electron, and due to the collision of electron, heat will be produced. Okay, if heat will be produced, it means what? If any wire is there and there is a heat, then it means there is going to be loss of energy, and that loss of energy is due to the conversion into heat. So when current is passed through conductor, on applying potential, then due to collision of electrons, please mute yourself from where background noise is coming. Due to collision of electron, who is that? Due to collision of electron, heat will be generated. Heat will be generated. So let's see how much heat will be generated. So let's see, this is a conductor, and you are saying that current is moving in this direction. So let's say potential is, means this is point A, then potential is A here, and at this point the potential is means VB. So if I'm saying that current is flowing, it means what? Charge is moving from A to B. Means if I'm saying, let's say Q charge moves from A to B. Let's say Q charge moves from from A to B, then what we can write here, work done from A to B can be written as Q into potential difference. So this will be VB minus VA. So this is a basically main concept. So whatever work will be done, that is equal to the Q into potential difference. And you are seeing, dear students, you are seeing that current always flows from higher potential to lower potential. So the potential of VB will be lesser than VA because this is at higher potential and this point will be at a lower potential. Okay, so it means this VB minus VA will be negative. So work done can be written as, this work done can be written as work done from A to B can be written as minus Q into potential difference, or you can write here the V. So negative sign indicates that energy is going to loss. So how much energy is going to loss? Okay, so this much energy is going to loss. Means if this much energy is going to loss, so this will be converted in form of heat. So loss in energy is converted into heat. So this will be your Q into V. So coming to next page, so what we can write here, we know what we know, I is equal to, this is Q by T. So this Q can be written as I into T. Putting value of Q in heat is equal to Q into V. So the value of Q, so whatever. So this will be H is equal to, it will be V I T. So you can see equal Astos Kumar, where V is a potential difference. V is your potential difference and I is your current and T is your time. So using Ohm's law, what you can write, V is equal to I into R. So we can put the value of V in this equation. So it will be, we will put here I into R into T. So my mistake, I into R into I into T. So it will become I square R into T. So from here you can write the two formula, that is, one is your heat is equal to Q into V, and that is your VIT, and another is your I square R into T. So this is the formula of heat produced in a conductor when current flows from one end to the other end. So on the unit of heat, you know, this is energy, unit of heat, SI
Joule.
unit we are talking about. Yeah, SI unit of heat is joule. Sometimes it is
Joule.
calculated in basically CGS unit, that is a calorie it can be written. So let's come to the another, that is a Joule's heating effect. What Joule's heating effect says? So Joule's heating effect of current. So according to Joule's heating effect of current, according to heating effect of current, heat produced in conductor of resistance R in time t, in time t, when I current flows from it, can be written as this heat will be directly proportional to the I square, means square of current. This heat will be directly proportional to the resistance, and this heat will be directly proportional to the temperature. So what we can write here, H is equal to I square R into T. So whatever heat will be produced, that can be written as H is equal to I square R into T. So this is a formula given by the joules. So this formula is also equal to the I square R into T is also equal to, if we put the I is equal to V by R, so this can be written as a V square R square into R into T. So once you will cancel these things, so it will become V square by R into T, or you can write IT. So these are the basically three formulas, okay, on the Joule's heating effect. Sometimes calorie is given, so you should remember 1 calorie is equal to 4.18 joules. Okay, so whenever it is given in calorie, you can convert in joule. So let's take one question on the basis of this, how we can means just calculate these things, and then we'll see the application of its practical application of heating effect of electric current. Okay, is it clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, coming to
the
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Okay, good. So the question is, an electric current of an electric current 5 ampere is flowing in circuit of resistance circuit of resistance of 10 ohm for half an hour.
Sir, repeat once again.
Whether it is visible on or your screen or not, I am writing all the things whatever I am saying.
Sir, not visible.
How it can be not visible? I am writing on the writing pad, and till now it's not visible.
No, sir.
Sir,
Sir, visible.
That is
Not
visible, sir.
visible.
पागल हो क्या?
Yes, sir, it is visible, sir. Pagal.
It's a written digitally, you know. I'm not focusing the camera. So I'm just repeating the question, but kindly check your network. Okay, an electric current 5 ampere is flowing in circuit of resistance of 10 ohm for half an hour. Find heat produced in conductor. Yeah. In a circuit. So this is question. Let's say this is the question. This is basically a question. Here the current is flowing 5 ampere and this is your 10 ohm. And the time is given, means time interval they have given half hour. So what you have to calculate? You have to calculate the heat produced. So while calculating the heat produced, you should be very clear, that is the unit should be in SI measurement. The unit of each and every physical quantity should be in SI.
125.
Yeah. So you can calculate it. So Aryan, calorie, if you are writing 4.184 or means or you are writing 1.418 or 4.2, both are correct. Okay. So need not to bother about that. Got my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you are saying that I square, so this will be 5 into 5 and the resistance is your 10. And if you are talking about the half an hour,
10 ohm.
what you need to do? You need to calculate this in second. So how many
Yes,
seconds?
sir.
Yes,
You know, in 1 hour,
Sir, 30.
60,
minutes.
and in 1 minute, this will be your
60 seconds.
3 seconds.
6,600 seconds.
62. How it can be calculated? So it can be written as 2, 5, 10. So this will be 125 into 3600. Is it clear? Now you can multiply and this answer will be in a joule. It will be in a joule. Is it become now clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Everyone, is it clear or not?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Coming to the application of, basically practical application of heating effect of electric current. So if you are talking about the practical application, of heating effect of electric current, heating effect of electric current. So how it can be done? Let's see, means what are the different applications. We'll see there are the two applications. What are they? The first application is the bulb. You know, the bulb is there. Electric bulb is there. So filament of electric bulb is made up of
Tungsten.
tungsten. The tungsten used to glow only due to the heat produced in a conductor. Okay, because the melting point of tungsten is very high. So MP,
Yes, sir.
that is melting point of tungsten,
Mega power.
is 80 degrees Celsius. Okay. So filament used to give us the light on the basis of heating effect of electric current. This means basically this tungsten. Yes. Who is that? Aditya Raj. What? You can write in the chat box if you are. If it is, you are not audible. Okay, write in the chat box. Resistance of tungsten wire is so. Yes, I got one question. Okay, let me describe it. So the resistance of wire is produced. Heat produced is proportional to resistance. So if your resistance is high, if resistance is high, then heat will be more and bulb will glow more. So amount, if you are talking about the amount of tungsten wire, it's up to the filament, up to the means basically power of the bulb. Okay, if you are having a 100-watt bulb, 200-watt bulb, or 500 electric bulb based on the tungsten wire, so quantity depends on that. Okay, so it's up to us what resistance we are taking, and means how much resistance we are taking. Okay, so we did not bother about the amount what we are taking. We should just remember the electric bulb used to glow on the basis of the heat produced by the means that tungsten wire, and because it does not means melt out, because the melting is quite high. Okay, so coming to the next application of this heating effect of electric. So next application is your fuse wire. Fuse wire. So you know the fuse wire. It is connected, and generally what should be the fuse in case of the 5 ampere or 15 ampere. So, fuse wire is connected in series. It is always connected in series. Okay, so generally it have low melting point. So what will happen? It have a low melting point. If it have a low melting point, what will happen?
Sir, it will break down immediately.
Yes, whenever.
So it will melt.
Yeah, it will melt easily, or means whenever the current increases or the voltage increases, then heat produced in a circuit will increase and it will break the circuit. Okay, so generally we have a low melting point. So good quality fuse wire made up of the tin basically. So basically tin is preferred to have a good quality of fuse wire. And you can just imagine, I mean, say, note down one thing, that is, there are two types of the circuit. You can see in generally some circuit having a 5 ampere current and some power circuit having a 15 ampere current. Okay, so we can't use the same fuse in two different conditions. If your output is your 5 ampere, then the resistance should be larger here. Means you can say the here if you are saying that if you are willing to calculate the heat here, H is equal to I square R into T. So if you're seeing here, the current is 5 ampere. Then if you are saying that the melting point of this particular tin is low, and if you are willing to have a fuse, so fuse should be in such a way so that if current exceed more than 5 ampere, then it should melt out. Okay, and if you are saying that current is 15 ampere, then above the 15 ampere, the heat should produce in such a way so that it melt out. So the thickness varies. The thickness of the fuse varies. If you are using a thick wire means generally it will not melt easily. So you are not going to get advantage of fuse. Okay, if you are using the 5 ampere and you are having a thick wire means fuse, so it is not going to work because it is not going to melt. If you are using 15 ampere and if you are having a fuse, like you can say a thin fuse, a thin wire fuse, so it will also not work because it will be melt suddenly because current is very high. So in this case we require thick wire fuse. Thick wire fuse is required. Okay, but here the thin wire fuse is required. So generally in at our home, when we used to make fuse, we used to have a thin wire when we're drawing current 5 ampere. When it is about to 15 ampere, that is a power circuit. That is when AC is connected or when some electric appliances like freeze is connected or heater is connected. If there is a requirement of fuse, then that will have a made up of the thick wire. Okay. So it is always connected in series. So coming to the next point, is it clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Coming to the next. So now we are going to study about the power. Okay. So what is basically the power is and how this power used to play important role. Important role in case of the when we used to buy the CFL or LED light, we used to see whether it is 9 watt or 10 watt or 12 watt. So how we used to just conclude. Yes, Shreya is asking that usually at home we use thick or thin. So it's up to you. If saying the general circuit for 5 ampere current, so it will be thin wire. Okay. So if you are asking for the switchboard that contains that have a circuit of AC or your refrigerator and electric appliances, that will require a thick wire fuse. Okay. In household, this will be thin wire fuse. Okay. So coming to the basically electric power. What is basically electric power? What is its unit and where it is applied? Let's see these things. You know the electric power. You know about the power. Power is the rate of doing work is known as a power. Okay. So I will talk. You are saying that moderate resistivity means the electric fuse, you can say the fuse have one more property that it should have a moderate resistivity or moderate resistance. Means moderate, it should not have a very high resistance or it should have not very less resistance. So it's a property we chosen that the material we have chosen, that's why the tin is here. So it have a moderate resistivity. Okay, it's not larger, not smaller. That lies in between. So if you are talking about the energy and power, generally energy and power means if you are saying that energy, person have a more energy, then means ability of doing work is known as your energy, and rate of doing work means in what time you are just completing your work. So that will be known as your electric power. If you are related your energy with time, then that will become electric. Who is that? Who is that? If I came to know, I will just remove from my class. Stop doing these things. So electric power we can write here. Once again you are writing. Who did these things? Okay. So we can write here the electric power. The rate of change of energy. The rate of change of energy is, or you can say the electric energy. If you are saying that electric power, then you should mention here the electric energy. Rate of change of electric energy is known as electric power. Electric power. So this power can be written as, means work. Anshu Jaiswal, kindly mute yourself. This power can be written as work done divided by time, or electric energy upon time. And you can see the various formula. If you are saying that electric energy, so what first formula was your Q into V by T, and the second formula was VI T by T, and the third formula was, who is that? Stop doing these things. You people are just foolish, you know. I square RT, and the second was your V square by R into T divided by T. So in all cases, you can see the T can be cancelled out here, here. Now the formula will become, you can see here, the first formula Q by T will become VI, and second formula you can write I square into R. In third, you can write here the V square by R. So these are the formula of the power, and the unit of power look, the way you are behaving, it's not tolerable at all. Okay, wherever I am writing, you are just putting these signs. Let me know. I will came to know. Means I will just analyze these things, and I will remove that person to my class. No, you people are just shameless. Unit of power is joule per second, or you can say, or it can be written as a watt. This can be written as a watt. Or you can say, sometimes it is used as a horsepower. So 1 horsepower power is your 746 watt. So this is basically your electric power. So coming to the electric power or power rating of the electric appliances, and we'll also see what is 1 kilowatt hour, and we'll also see what are the basically how electric meter used to find out the electrical energy, how much we have consumed, and we'll also see the means if you are using AC and means fan and all those things, and how much bill will means how much electric bill will be there. So we'll discuss these things. So coming to the next aspect, that is a rating. So rating of the electric appliances. Rating of electric
हम भगवान कसम अमित बताए थे फंस गया
Astos Chudra, once again you are doing the same thing. Rating of electric appliances. So if you are saying that this particular bulb is there, okay, so let's say this is your bulb and this have a rating of what? This have a rating of 220 volt and 100 watt. 220 volt and 100 watt. There is another bulb, okay, that's have a rating of 220 volt and let's say 60 watt. 220 volt and 60 watt. Okay, Aryan will discuss the problems related to unit. Okay, once we will complete this, we'll discuss. Okay, so what conclusion we can draw? So you can see that this particular bulb is going to operate at 220 volt and it will be consuming power 100 watt. And this bulb will be also operated at 220 volt and this will consume 60 watt. So what you can calculate from here, you can calculate the resistance using this formula, P is equal to V square by R. So you can calculate the resistance. So we'll discuss further because time is going to be over as suggested by the Zoom. So we'll continue means in the next class, and we'll also discuss tomorrow about the chemistry, metals and non-metals. Okay. Okay, that's it for today.